This is my sewing machine. I used it in my last video for making a bag from a vinyl banner, but it just wasn't really up to the job of like getting through the thick materials. So I bought this, which I'm hoping is going to be a stronger machine. And I bought a servo motor, which will hopefully make it easier for me to control and quieter when I'm using it. So today I'm going to be fitting a servo motor to my new-to-me Brother industrial sewing machine. I went with the RedSun 550 watt motor kit. It's got speed controller, servo motor, the actuator for the motor, basic fitting kit, and a new link rod, and then just a bit of wiring as well. I'm just unscrewing all these bits on top because they come off quite easily, and I'll take the sewing machine head off and then flip the whole table over so I can get better access to the underside. I've flipped it over, which you don't need to do, but it's just sort of easier for you to see this way around what you're doing. And it makes it a bit easier taking the motor off because it's so heavy, you don't want it falling on you. So I'm going to start by removing the on-off switch. So I won't need this control box, I won't need any of this wiring. It's all getting replaced. This plug's come off the back of the motor, and then that's all the wiring off now. So I'm just taking the linkage off between the pedal and the motor. I'll take the motor off next. So there's just 3 nuts that hold the motor on. This is the clutch motor, the original one, and how that works is as soon as you turn the switch on the machine and power it up, it's constantly spinning in here, and then when you press the pedal, see that? When you press the pedal to make the sewing machine move, it pulls that pulley in and engages it so it starts to spin. But with the servo motor, the motor only spins when you press the pedal, so it's not doing anything. And then as soon as you press the pedal, it puts power to it and it starts spinning, so that's why it's much quieter. And just to give you an idea of the difference, the old motor weighs a monstrous 20 kilos. The new servo motor just drops straight on to the original mounting points, but I've got some new bolts with the kit, so I'm just going to switch them over. I haven't checked see if they're a different length or anything, but I'll switch them over anyway. The new bolts are slightly shorter, and I think that'll work better, so it's worth switching them over. Some rubber spacers. They're quite snug, so they hold the bolts in position. And this sits on next. I'm just going to roughly line the pulley up with a hole in the tabletop. Yeah, it's near enough. This is the linkage between like the actuator, the switch for the motor, and the pedal. These can be fully nipped up because I shouldn't have to adjust this top one or the bottom one. If I need to do any adjustment, will just be on this bracket here. Yeah, I'm happy with that for now. So this is the speed reducer, and that's going to go... I think that should be okay then. I'll just show you the back while I've got it flipped over actually. Well, this is just where all the bits plug into. Decided just to go here with it. And if I have to move it, I have to move it, but this is going to be the best place for it. Next, I'm just going to get all this wiring fastened in position. The way I'm going to do this is plug all the wiring in, making sure it's not tangled, and then just leave enough slack in it so there's no tension on the wires. Fasten it down roughly here, and then just put this in a decent position and strap that down. Because I still want a bit of movement at this end in the cable, just in case we have to move this motor around a bit, so I don't want it too tight up here. Yeah, that's off. I'm not sure if the belt's going to fit, but I'll find out now. If not, I'll have to get another one. Yeah, no, the belt's too slack. Just got it all in line now, so I'm just going to nip all the motor up. So that's done. I'm just nipping these up enough until they draw these coach bolts flush on top. So this is the new belt. The new belt is 1,000 millimeters, so it's a meter long belt. Just gonna tilt the machine back, make it a bit easier. So that's a bit too slack at the moment, so we'll just adjust it up. I'm just going to leave it so I've got maybe about an inch of easy play back and forth in it. And if that's too slack, I can just tighten it up at a later point, but it's better to have it on the slack side as long as it's not slipping, than it being over tight, because you'll be putting too much pressure on either the motor or the sewing machine. So the bobbin winder is just making contact. That's turning fine, so that'll be fine. So now all I need to do is put some oil in it and give it a test, see how it sews. At the moment, the motor's just not turning off. When you take your foot off the pedal, it's just not returning on here. So there's multiple grooves along this arm, so it's on one of the nearest points to the pivot at the moment. So I'm just going to move it to one of the furthest ones, and hopefully that'll help it return better. Yeah, it's got it. Yeah, that works well. I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like, subscribe and leave a comment.